All right. We're moving into the final segment of this podcast. General Milley, the new Benedict Arnold. Benedict Arnold actually did
You suck!
commit treason. He participated in levying war. But it's comedic effect. People were calling him that. It's the argument that's being had. But we're gonna get right into what this asshole actually did because some people are saying yes, some people are saying no. I'm telling you why I'm saying no, even though I'm saying yes. General Milley cannot undermine civilian authority. The U.S. is not military junta. Lieutenant Colonel Daniel L. Davis. New book claims the U.S. top military official secretly told the Chinese military he would warn if Trump ordered an attack. His reasons don't matter. He must be relieved of command. Exactly.
Winning.
You notice how the top military officer isn't calling for treason because if you over ask, you're gonna lose. But he can be removed for sedition and subversion of the chain of command. On Tuesday, the Washington Post published a bombshell drawn from a forthcoming book by the journalists Bob Woodward and Robert Costa during the final days of Donald Trump's presidency. General Mark Milley, the chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff and the U.S.'s highest-ranking military officer, called the senior-ranking general of the Chinese military and offered to warn him in advance of any American military action against China. Now, if he actually did that after we levied war, or we said then it would be treason. Milley, who reportedly believed that Trump was unstable and might launch a politically motivated military operation, contacted the Chinese without the knowledge of the White House. He no doubt thought that his decision was for the greater good, but if he did indeed negotiate with the foreign military rival without authorization, he violated the long-standing American political tradition that the military is subordinate to elected civilian leaders. A spokesman for Milley released a statement on Wednesday acknowledging the substance of Woodward and Costa's reporting and defending Milley's actions as in keeping with his duties and responsibilities, conveying reassurance in order to maintain strategic stability. So far, President Biden has declined to discipline Milley on Wednesday. He told reporters that he had great confidence in the general, but he shouldn't. If anything, Biden should demand Milley's immediate resignation. How do you have confidence in a general that's conspiring with China if you're not doing the same thing? You should be removed too, but we're talking about Milley. Milley called the Chinese general Xi Zucheng in October and January. On one call, he reportedly said, General Lee, you and I have known each other for now 5 years. If we're going to attack, I'm going to call you ahead of time. It's not going to be a surprise. That alone should be grounds for immediate dismissal. Yeah, you should not, if we're going to attack, you should not be warning the enemy that we're going to attack. And if you're that type of person, you should not be in command of the military at the very least. No U.S. military officer can seize authority from the president and call the commanding general of our greatest global rival and tell that general that he'll be given advance warning of military action ordered by the president. Such an act is dangerously close to treason. The Guardian got it right. It's straddling that motherfucking line, but it's not there yet. As Senator Marco Rubio and others have noted, but Milley deserves to be relieved of duty for far more than this one act of insubordination. Milley has troubling years, long record of poor military judgment, and a tendency to subvert his civilian leaders. This is particularly evident in his rosy assessments of the war in Afghanistan and the capabilities of the Afghan people. Oh, Afghanistan was a fucking mess.
Winning. No.
Where are we? Damn. In 2013, when Milley was the commander of the International Security Assistance Force Joint Command in Afghanistan, he praised the Afghan forces at the Pentagon press briefing. This army and this police force have been very, very effective in combat against the insurgents. Every single day, Milley gushed. And I think it's an important story to be told across the board. Yeah, with our Queen of Battle, with our air support that we pulled when we left Bagram Air Force Base to now probably be taken over by the Chinese. Yet analysts and observers of the war already knew it was going poorly. Around the time that Milley was praising them, the Brookings Institute Vanda Felbad Brown, for example, argued that Afghan troops continued to suffer from deeply inadequate logistical sustainment and other support capabilities and are also deeply pervaded by corruption, nepotism, and ethnic and patronage fissures. It is difficult to say whether Milley knew that the Afghan forces were woefully inadequate or simply had a glaring poor ability to assess the progress of a war that he was prosecuting. Either way, he consistently for years failed to accurately convey the situation to senior leaders, but that's not the worst of it. This dude is a fucking mess. In November 2020, according to an investigation by Axios, Trump signed a directive to complete the military withdrawal from Afghanistan by 15 January 2021. 5 days before the end of his term as president, Milley was appalled at the idea of full withdrawal, according to Axios, and worked behind the scenes to derail the effort. Trump was forced to revise the planned withdrawal deadline to 1 May 2021, when Trump's national security advisor Robert O'Brien said that the president was going to reduce the troop level from 4,500 to 2,500 before leaving office. Milley publicly challenged the words of the president's senior advisor, saying, "I think that Robert O'Brien or anyone else can speculate as they see fit." This dude just wanted to stay in there for them forever war money. He's part of the establishment trash. On 21 July 2021, Milley told the Pentagon Press Corps that despite reports the Taliban had been capturing scores of districts from government forces, the Afghan forces had the capacity to sufficiently fight and defend their country. Less than a month later, in mere days after the Taliban had seized Kabul, Milley claimed there was nothing that I or anyone else saw that indicated the collapse of this army and this government in 11 days. We've been saying it for over a decade. But Milley's revisionist claim that neither he nor anyone else could have foreseen the collapse of the Afghan military is laughable. Just 2 days earlier, John Sopoko, the longtime Special Inspector General for Afghanistan and Reconstruction, told NPR that the collapse was not the least surprising. I mean, we've been warning my little agency for the last almost 10 years about the issues with the Afghan security forces' capabilities and sustainment. All the signs have been there. I mean, we've been shining a light on it in multiple reports going back to when I started in 2012 about changing metrics, about ghost soldiers who didn't exist, about poor logistics, about the fact that Afghans couldn't sustain what we were giving them. I think the speed is a little bit of a surprise, but the fact that the Afghan forces could not fight on their own should have not been a surprise to anyone. This dude, even the Guardian supported me there. I mean, I read this with you for the first time, and it's like I heard the little snippets from people. This is the first time I've actually read what actually happened, and it based on what I thought, and it is like he's straddling the line of treason, but because there's not enough witnesses and there's no actually levying of war, Milley did not compete treason. He's not a complete Benedict Arnold, but he would probably become a fucking Benedict Arnold, so he does need to be removed, court-martialed, sedition, and punished at the fullest extent of our laws, because that's how winning is done. I'm just saying. But anyways, all this is signs that our country, our federal government is continuing the collapse. I hope you have your food ready. I hope you have I hope everything is ready. And we're going to have to sustain each other. So please join the website. Consider becoming a member. Get exclusive content. We'll use that to keep the lights going and to make it better for you. We actually want to become like a Netflix. We want to start producing more shows and become like a show subscription service thing that's like not like, let me keep raising my price. No, it's going to be the same price, the same price. And we'll get enough of you bastards to make it work, because that's how community works. And you beautiful bastards are always, and magnificent are always you're our community, and we love you. And we'll see you in the next one. Peace.